Maybe all the waiting is actually going to pay off. You've been wanting to see one of the BTK inhibitors actually get approved for use so that we could perhaps take advantage of it, and now it looks like one of them actually has. It may just be in the United Arab Emirates for now, but that's only the tip of the iceberg. So let's look at this article together. Well, hello and welcome to another episode of You and Me and Multiple Sclerosis. My name is Pam and I've been living with MS for over 40 years. I've made several videos about BTK inhibitors because they look very promising, but it's been a little frustrating because none of them seems to be making it all the way to the marketplace where we can actually have our neurologist prescribe it if it's the right medicine for us. But now it looks like one, Tolebrutinib, is going to be available in the United Arab Emirates. And that is the first step, I believe, in other countries getting on board and approving it likewise. There's a really good article in Multiple Sclerosis News Today that just came out on August 29th of 2025. The article is titled, Tolebrutinib Gets UAE, United Arab Emirates OK, for Progressive MS, a World First. FDA decision on MS therapy expected in September, so the Food and Drug Administration in the United States looks to be on the cusp of approving it this fall. The United Arab Emirates became the first country to approve Tolebrutinib, clearing it to treat adults with non-relapsing secondary progressive multiple sclerosis. And as you might guess, I'm pretty excited to hear that because that's the exact kind of MS that I am told that I have. Sanofi's oral BTK inhibitor is also the first approved therapy that directly addresses the chronic inflammation that contributes to disability progression independent of relapses. The approval of Tolebrutinib marks a transformative step in addressing one of the most complex neurological diseases. Fatima Al-Kabi, Director General of the Emirates Drug Establishment, so that must be their FDA, said in a press release from the Emirates News Agency. It embodies our commitment to accelerating access to innovative therapies that make a real difference in patients' lives. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, is reviewing Tolebrutinib for the same indication and as a potential treatment to slow disability progression independent of relapse activity in adults with MS. A regulatory decision is expected by September 28th, and that'll be here before you know it. Tolebrutinib works by blocking the activity of Bruton tyrosine kinase, or BTK. This enzyme is needed to activate several immune cells, including B cells and microglia, that play a central role in MS. Slowing disability progression. While some approved MS therapies can delay disability progression that occurs as a result of poor recovery from relapses, none have been shown to slow the progression that takes place independent of relapses. However, recent data from three phase 3 clinical trials have suggested that Tolebrutinib may do just that. Results from the Hercules trial, and there's the number, which enrolled 1,131 adults with non-relapsing SPMS, showed that about 2.5 years of Tolebrutinib treatment led to a 31% lower risk of disability progression compared with a placebo, and that is quite impressive. Over the course of the trial, 22.6% of patients given Tolebrutinib and 30.7% of those on the placebo experienced 6-month confirmed disability progression, defined as an increase in EDSS scores that is sustained for at least 6 months. Similar results were seen in the Gemini 1, and here's the trial number, and Gemini 2, again the trial number, trials, which enrolled 1,873 adults with relapsing forms of MS and randomly assigned them to receive Tolebrutinib or Aubagio teriflunomide. While Tolebrutinib failed to outperform Aubagio at reducing relapse rates, the proportion of patients who experienced 6-month confirmed disability worsening was significantly lower with Tolebrutinib, 8.3% versus 11.3%, reflecting a 29% reduced risk of disability worsening. Al-Kabi said the approval is the result of collaborative efforts between the establishment and its international partners to support scientific innovation and translate it into real-world patient benefit. At the Emirates Drug Establishment, we believe in fast-tracking regulatory processes in areas of high medical need, she said. This achievement reaffirms the readiness of our healthcare system to keep pace with rapid scientific advancements and deliver high-quality treatments that enhance quality of life and strengthen national health security. Well, I love to hear that, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the FDA follow suit. Sometimes it just takes one party to jump into something before the rest will follow, and I know the United States doesn't like to be late to the party, so I'm pretty sure we will be getting FDA approval in a month. I realize that this is a short video compared to some of my normal ones, but I really just wanted to get it out to you quickly because it's breaking news. I just saw it the other day. As you can see, the article was just published. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time trying to augment this. So we can be hopeful that we will see something pretty soon. But if you're going to see your neurologist in the next few weeks, you might ask them if they're aware of this and if it's something that they've been keeping an eye on. Sometimes I feel like we have to keep our doctors on their toes a little bit with these things, especially if it's never been in the marketplace before, or if they happen to be particularly wedded to a certain therapy for whatever reason that might be. Well, that's all I have for you today. I'm just going to get this out here quickly. But until I see you again in my next video, as always, please do continue to take really good care of yourself